Voila. I think we are live at the Gout Google Hangout. So thank you for being here tonight. I see we've got a few viewers, and I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy life and your busy days to come here and find out a little bit more about gout and what to do about it. And a little bit less gout in the world is a good thing. And the more we all band together and beat this dastardly this dastardly disease, then the world is a better place. So I want to thank you for just being you and having the proactive nature that you do to improve your health and do something about killing your gout. So tonight, I titled the topic of this Gout Google Hangout, Does Sleep Kill Gout? And there is so much to all of this, and I'm actually going to click over here and I'm going to read something to you real quick, I think. And I wrote a blog post about this, or actually it's one of my pages. It's under gout treatment prevention, sleep for gout prevention. If you just go up into the little search box on my website and you just search for sleep and gout, it will take you to this page. But there are a few really good things that you can do to help create the right environment for you to get really, really, really good sleep. Now, why is sleep so important to killing gout? How does sleep kill gout? Well, what I have in mind here to impart to you is that, to begin with, one of the most important things that our livers do for us is they do this big, huge job of detoxification. There are two detoxification pathways in the liver, phase 1 and phase 2 detox pathways. And the weirdest thing about it is that our liver is this incredibly hardworking organ. I mean, it's doing all kinds of stuff. It's making bile, it's conjugating and breaking things down so that it can get carried out. It's making the bile so it can get stored in the gallbladder. The liver is just this incredibly hardworking organ. But what is really kind of interesting is that while we're busy thinking and while we're busy standing up and balancing, or we're actually eating food and digesting and taking in these nutrients and our bodies are trying to figure out how to break them down and use them at the cellular level, the liver is so busy doing all of these different things, it can't really do its job of detoxification. We have what is called the autonomic nervous system. And there are two parts to the autonomic nervous system, and they are the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. And the sympathetic is when we're engaged and we're doing critical thinking and we're up moving around. And, you know, if you were to think in terms of prehistoric man, it was like, okay, now he's up, he's awake, and he's, you know, chasing things or being chased by something. And it's that sympathetic nervous system that keeps us engaged and alert and keeps all of our sort of like conscious body functions going. It isn't until we relax, and we don't necessarily have to fall asleep to relax. We can stop, sit down, really kind of let the stress and tension fall away, and we can breathe fully, deeply, and completely, and we can put ourselves into a parasympathetic state. The side of our autonomic nervous system, that is our parasympathetic side. And it's finally when we go into a parasympathetic state that our liver can then do the all important job of detoxification. And there are so many toxic things that we are exposed to that we either breathe in, they either come into us through our mouths, or it's stuff that can go right through our skin. Just think the patch. There are so many different kinds of pharmaceutical drugs that are being delivered transdermally now, which is a whole other conversation. But something else that happens is the way that we think. Our very processes of our mental activity and our emotions create body chemistry. And that chemistry can get us all revved up and take us out of that parasympathetic state, but it can create a toxic inner environment. Not always, but very often, toxicity sort of correlates, or it equals acidity, the acidity of our inner body environment. And all of these things, there is no one thing that causes gout. I mean, everybody wants to think it's what you ate, or you drank too much. There are so many different factors that play into it, but we create these very acidic inner body conditions through a number of different things. And our liver has the big job of basically filtering out, and actually, there's a word I'm looking for. It neutralizes a lot of this toxic inner body chemistry, and it's that acidity, that over acidity, that is how we end up creating the inner body condition that results in gout. So that was a little bit of a tongue twister there, but that's what's going on with why does sleep kill gout? When people are not sleeping very well, you go to bed, you wake up in a couple, 2 or 3 hours, then you can't go back to sleep. A lot of people are dealing with sleep apnea, and that's a whole other conversation with gout. But when you're interrupting your sleep, or you're not getting a full night's sleep chronically, there are people that say, oh yeah, I've been running on 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 hours of sleep every night for my whole life, and then all of a sudden one day it's like, boom, they've got gout, they've got diabetes, they've got heart disease, they've got things going on. It's kind of like you've spent that inherent savings account. It's like being a trust funder. When you're young, you can run and your body just is like amazing. You're 10 feet tall and bulletproof. And then all of a sudden one day, you hit the wall. That's the kind of thing that happens. So getting that full, complete, deep, restful night's sleep, getting into that parasympathetic state so the liver can do its all important job of detoxification, so that our bodies can rejuvenate and repair, which means the way our kidneys works, the way our pancreas works, the way our whole digestive system works, the way our hearts work. Sleep is this all important piece of the gout killing puzzle. And just to there's one piece of this that I really want to throw out there, is that sometimes it's said that between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. is liver time. So we want to make sure that we are getting into that nice deep sleep, and we sleep through the night, especially in, from like 12 o'clock till 4 o'clock. That's when our liver is going to do the most, when it's going to be able to get the most, it's going to be able to create the strongest and most powerful ability to do the detoxification that it needs. So anyway, I got a little thing here I want to read to you about being able to get that really good deep sleep. I've got some tips, on this little blog, on this Gout Killer page here. And number one is, if you can do this, I mean, we got this incredible mattress. It's like this wool topper thing with this natural latex rubber foam You know, it's really cool mattress. But invest in a high quality mattress, one that does not off gas toxic chemicals, because, you know, it's kind of like our furniture has flame retardants and all kinds of weird stuff in it these days. The second one is if there are any like street lights or moonlight hitting your eyelids, the best thing to do is get some sort of blackout curtains for your windows. The third one is eliminate as many noises as possible. Get one of those white noise sound machines if you need to. Maybe even use some earplugs if you have to. Remove or cover every little electronic gadget, you know, like, you know, clock radios, or, you know, we had to put a piece of tape over our smoke detector. You know, there's this little light staring at me, this little green light staring at me. So I had to put some electrical tape, some black tape over that. Get some really, really nice organic cotton sheets so that, you know, when you crawl into bed, you are like totally relaxing and comfortable. And another really cool thing is to invest in a goose down comforter. I mean, even in the summertime, you can go from a heavier weight to a lighter weight. Just being warm is a really good way for you to get that good deep night's sleep. So anyway, that's all I had to ramble on and on and on about today. And let me make sure that everything is still working the way it's supposed to be, or maybe I've just been sitting here rambling on and on. But that is what I wanted to relate to you. Sleep does kill gout. You know, the better you can get into the habit of getting a good, full, complete, restful night's sleep, the happier your liver is going to be, the less toxicity, the less toxicity you're going to have. Your liver is going to be able to do the detox job it's supposed to do much more effectively and better. And, you know, you keep going in this direction, you stick with me, we're going to kill some gout. So anyway, I really appreciate you being here. It's going to be another 2 weeks before we do another one of these Google Hangouts. But I do the gout phone call, the Let's Talk Gout phone call every Wednesday evening at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So I hope you'll tune in for that. And I appreciate you being here. So let's go kill some gout. Thanks.